Hey, Daily Dosers. My name's Gordy Nixon. I work out at our Ramona campus, and today we are in our series titled Heart of Service. And I want you guys to imagine for a second a scenario that probably all of us have experienced before. You go out to dinner at your favorite restaurant, and you go there, you're excited, you're ready for it, you've been craving this for a long time, you're looking forward to it. You place your order, you're in anticipation of the food being brought out to you. You see the waiter start heading your way. They skip a couple tables so you know that they're coming to you. And the excitement, just the joy of, this is my favorite food. I've been waiting for this. They come up, they place it on your table, and you realize when they place that food down that they have given you the wrong meal. They've given you somebody else's order. We've all been there before, right? It's this feeling of disappointment, this awkwardness kind of sets in. If you don't mind confrontation, you say something about it. If you're somebody that doesn't like confrontation, you're a little awkward about it. You keep it to yourself and then just eat your meal, just kind of in this silent rage of knowing that they've gotten your order wrong. Or maybe you've ordered a package online before and it never shows up. It doesn't come. Or maybe you've gone on an airplane before and you get to your destination and you go to get your luggage and you've realized that they've lost your luggage. All of those are scenarios that maybe we've lived out before, and it's just this feeling of you have paid for a service and they messed it up. It didn't come the way you wanted it. Then you give them less of a tip, you're angry, you're upset, you leave a bad review. In the same way for those people, the waiter or waitress, the server, if they do a good job, they expect you to tip them. They expect you to appreciate them for what they've done. And this is something that we call service, but in reality, this is very different from the service that we find in the Bible. All right, this is more of an exchange of I give you something, you give me something. There is money attached sometimes. There is something attached. It's not quite serving out a selfless way. It's an exchange. And what the Bible says is this is not how service should go. There's no exchange. There's nothing attached. It's a selfless act of going, I'm doing something for somebody else because of love and because I care. And yet as Christians, I think we get this entitled sense sometimes of, God, I'm doing this for you, so what's in it for me? Am I getting recognized? Am I getting a reward? And we're entitled to this feeling of, because of how good I am, what do I get out of this? And this is where we find the story today. Matthew chapter 20. It's a famous story. It starts in verse 20, but to summarize a little bit, it's the story of James and John's mother, and she requests of Jesus, can my son sit on your left and sit on your right in your kingdom someday? Can they have the positions of power and prestige and honor with you? And he says, I don't know if you know what you're asking. Can you drink the cup that I'm about to drink? Which they quickly answer, yes, we can. But he says, you might drink that cup, which one of them is the first martyr for Christ. The other one actually lives his whole life and isn't killed for Christ, but suffers a great deal along the way. But he says, that's not mine to grant. You have a misunderstanding of what it looks like to serve. And he says this, verse 25, it says, but Jesus called to them and said, you know the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. It shall not be so among you, but whoever would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be your slave, even as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. The encouragement this morning in the heart of service is this. Be different from the world. Be different from what the world sees as service, which is get authority, get power. There's a pecking order involved. Service in the Bible is a selfless act because you love God so much, because you care. And because of that, then you direct that love towards other people. All right, because you realize that God was not entitled to give his life on the cross for us. God was not entitled to do anything for us. In fact, all we are entitled to in the Bible is death because of our sin. But he did it anyway. He loved us anyway. Because of that, we now serve others. All right, he doesn't need us to serve. He gives us the opportunity to serve. And it's because of our love for Christ that we serve other people. We say, God, I'm going to show you my obedience, show you my appreciation for the gifts that you've given us, the love that you've given us. And now I'm going to selflessly love the other people that you love. And so for us this morning in this heart of service is going, you're not entitled to anything, but God gives it to you anyway. Therefore, appreciate that gift and now start to give it to others through simply love, not obligation. Hope that encourages you this morning. Have a great day, Daily Dosers. We'll see you next time.